Welcome to TAM-Retail's mini demonstration series. In today's session, we will cover doing split orders in TAM for chain store operations. Let's go ahead and share the application. Now, I do recommend that before you view this particular session, if you haven't viewed our managing purchase orders session and our receive POs and print pricing labels, that you should exit and do that now. I'm just going to cover some of the major differences here, so I'm going to do it very quickly. First of all, you'll note that if I leave the location field blank and I'm in a multiple location store operation or a chain store operation, then when I do my my on-screen ordering, I have the capability to actually split the order quantities. Now, in the previous demos, when I was a single store operation, when I ordered units of Violetta here, and hit enter, it just moved to the next SKU because it knew I was distributing all those items into a single store. But when I'm multiple store and doing a split PO, TAM will actually pop up a window that will allow me to split between my locations my order amount. So I can say I'm putting 50 to this store and 50 to that store. Now notice when I'm in the various store locations, my general statistics are shown at the top. So I can see how many I have on hand at that location, what's currently on order, promise to any web or special orders, layaways, pending transfers moving between the locations, the available quantity on hand, and even our minimums. So as I move between those, then I can see that. I'm able to go ahead and put in my split amount and hit enter, and I can do this all through the keyboard. Same thing that you did at SKU that we ordered before. If I order 200 of that SKU, I'm able to go ahead and fill that in. Now don't forget, when I click plus, as I did before here, to see unit information, this is now not just a single store summary of data, but this is how many we've received in total in the last period of time, whatever period of date we've entered. I did a year, but you could do any time frame you want. So we can see how many were received and sold in that time frame, what was on hand, what's currently on order, promised, all that. Now this is a summary corporate-wide. But again, when I enter that quantity, it allows me to split that and I can see the breakout. Maybe I want 100 to go to this store and 100 to go to that store. Again, I'm doing just an even split. It doesn't have to be that way. We can also go ahead and update that. Now, once I add that purchase order, that process is exactly the same. So again, I'll let it assign the SKU number. I can type in my comments and all that. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And that's all there is to creating a split purchase order in TAM. Now, a split purchase order varies in that when you print that purchase order out or email it to the vendor, you have the capability to either print it by a summary. In other words, if you were going to have it received directly into your warehouse and then you were going to distribute it and deliver it to the stores, or you could do a split purchase order. All that matters is whether you answer the print location distribution yes or no capability. So if I say yes here, I can actually do a drop ship purchase order when I'm printing it. Let's go ahead and preview that. First thing I want to point out is it shows each location that's going to be receiving it. Here's how many are going to my main store. Let's go ahead and hit the end here. Here's how many are going to my main store, and there's the 100. And if I move back a page, then here's how many are going to my my other location as well. So you can see it splits those out automatically for you. Again, you could still run it as a summary PO, which is what this first one was one we did a little earlier in our training, our 12 and 24. So if you wanted it to just do a summary, you could do that as well. Okay, so that varies a little bit. Now, the other thing that's important to remember is that in that, let me share that application with you one more time. I've accidentally exited out of it here. Give me just 1 second. One more thing I wanted to show. I was trying to get ahead of myself. One more thing I wanted to show you. In the area of receiving, it's very different as well. When you're receiving a split order, it does not land just specifically on the SKUs tab as it did in the other receiving application. When you're in PO receiving, you're able to actually select the purchase order, pull it right up, but you'll notice it goes directly to the location split tab and lets me navigate through the SKUs. This allows me to make any changes to those distributions and allocations that I put in at the time of the PO. And again, overshipping, undershipping, changing cost and retail, it's all available here. Tags are generated just as we did in the other thing. And don't forget that those tags are separated by location. And if you are a chain store and you're receiving in your main location and you'd like your stores to print the tags, they can be sent electronically to the stores and printed there rather than having to print them here, put them in an envelope, put them with the product. You can actually just send them electronically down and let those be printed in the remote location. Okay, that's a general summary of how you can handle split orders in TAM for you chain store operators. I want to thank you very much for attending, and I would like to remind you that if you need any more detailed information or a live demonstration, please feel free to contact your account rep or contact us at the email and phone number shown below. Thank you very much.